Hello, friends. This is Sandeep Chatterjee. I'm a experienced Scrum Master and Enterprise Agile coach. Today, I welcome you all to my channel that is Amazing Agile. Amazing Agile is a channel is made for those who wants to learn Agile process, mainly for the beginners who wants to understand about the Agile, Scrum, Kanban, Safe, etc. I put all my experiences in my presentation. So if you follow my channel, if you look at these videos, definitely you are going to gain some value out of it and you can utilize it to your professional career. So today I brought a very good topic that is why we need Kanban, skipping Scrum. It looks something very funny. You all are working on the Scrum projects, and very few may be using in the Kanban. Sometimes you may think that Kanban is only useful when it is some small activity or something like that. But my friend, I just want to tell you that Scrum and Kanbans are both are equally important. Everywhere, wherever you go, all the scale agile framework or scaled agile activity, any models, either is a Spotify or Safe or a DAD, the base is Scrum and Kanban. So, if you are working on the Scrum and if you are benefited out of Scrum, I can tell you that Kanban is a very powerful framework in agile methodology or discipline. And today I'm going to discuss about the importance of a Kanban board or the Kanban framework. Now you can ask me question why we need a Kanban when there is a Scrum is available and Scrum is more powerful. Scrum is widely used across the world. Yes, there are certain instances you need Kanban where Scrum really doesn't fit into. A small example I can give you. Like you are working in a project, maybe Scrum project, that is you have chosen some of the tickets which are high priority you need to deliver, but there are certain dependency and which is beyond in your control. Again, an example is suppose you are using a third party product for your own internal customization, and the vendor whom you have purchased this product may not be have shared this code. So you have to have a dependency with the vendor whenever they are going to update the code based on your requirement. It may happen that they are updating the code for only for you, or they may update for all their customers. So there is always a dependency and you have to go with it, and sometimes you cannot avoid it. So in this scenario, Scrum is doesn't fit into because you cannot deliver within 2 or 3 weeks time frame. So you will deliver. You have to wait for them. So in this case, Scrum is important, or Kanban is important, I should say. So now I want to tell you what is the basic difference between Scrum and Kanban, a conceptualization difference. Let me see how does it. I can tell you better. So now here I am giving you two scenarios. One scenario is here the places where the people are waiting outside in the movie hall to see the movie. And here is a movie theater. The show is 2 hours. However, there is a time bound. There is a time. Suppose 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, something like this. A 2 hour show. And people are waiting outside to complete the previous show. The people will go out, then only the people will get in, and there is a seat capacity is 40. That means only 40 is allowed maximum, and then the people are going out. There is another scenario I can show you that again in the same place there is a people are waiting outside to visit a park, and the park has a limitation that only 7 people are allowed at a time. So if 1 or 2% goes out, then only to 1 or 2% those who are waiting outside can get in. So in this case, what happened? Again, after that, people will go out. So now, in these two scenarios, what do you think? It can be compared with the Scrum and Kanban. Can you tell me which one is Scrum and which one is Kanban? Yes, you can very well understood that since the theater hall is a 2 hours, so that means it is a specific time frame, like Scrum. correct? Because Scrum has a 2 to 3 weeks by you have to deliver it, right? Your entire activity, your development has to be done within 2 to 3 weeks. So it is a Scrum, and obviously this is Kanban. Now let's have a little elaborate why you are saying it's a Scrum and it's a Kanban. So suppose people are waiting outside is nothing but they are waiting for the see the movie. That means this is a prioritized product backlog. Here all the priorities are there. What is the priority? Say for example, those who have purchased a ticket at 2 to 4 shows, the first show, this is the priority. Then the 4 to 6 show, that is a second lower priority. So the priority, the people will get in the movie theater, and then after that they will go out. So this is called the 2-week sprint, and here's the past sprint. Similarly, if you look at the Kanban type, so here also the product backlog, same as the sprint product backlog in the Scrum. And then it is a WIP limit. The Kanban is talk about the WIP limit, that is work in progress limit. That means there is no any time box. They don't have any 2-week sprint, 3-week sprint, but there is a WIP limit. So you can deliver any point of time, but you have to be one at a time, like maximum 7 or maximum 6, whatever the WIP limit you define, it will go by this. But anytime you can deliver, you don't have to wait until the sprint ends and the sprint review meeting happens, it has been accepted. No, here also we have a meeting and deliver acceptance, but anytime, whenever you are going to finish your work. And after this work, the people are moving out. So I think in this conceptual difference is clearly visible what is the difference between Scrum and Kanban. I want to tell you one more time that Scrum has a 2 to 3 week sprint by which you have to complete your work, whatever the story you are taking based on the capacity and the sprint velocity. You are taking the stories, completing it within 2 to 3 weeks, whatever the organization level defined time frame, and then you are delivering it. Whereas the Kanban is you are taking the work based on your capacity within the team, and you can flow anytime. There is no any time box. So let's see the what is Kanban as a definition. So Kanban is a work management system designed to help visualize the work. How to visualize the work? Through a board, and limit the work in progress and the maximum efficiency. This is called a continuous flow. So guys, I think you have understood that it is a continuous flow. Okay. So Kanban has a no time box. So as I told, there is no, so without a sprint, if you are working, it could be called as a Kanban. Okay. And it is a Japanese name is called visual signal, and Kanban is working by the Kanban board. Of course, there is a board in Scrum. So there is also a board in Kanban. I will show you the difference between the Kanban board and Scrum board. So you all know what is Scrum board. You had seen. Now I am going to show you the Kanban board. You will understand the difference. Then the Kanban card. It is same as the Scrum card. There is no difference except the story point. If you see in the Jira or any other tool, every Scrum card has a story point defined. So here, since there is no proper estimation of sprint based on the capacity and velocity, so story point is not available here. Otherwise, it is available same as the Scrum card. And the multiple columns of WIP limit. That is a new thing which I is going to introduce in Kanban, and I am going to discuss it elaborately. Now, it's a pool-based system. Why it is called pool-based system? Because there is no sprint planning meeting like a Scrum. So that means how you'll get the work. I said there is no sprint velocity, there is no team capacity. So people will pull the work based on their availability, and they deliver it and immediately deliver it. Okay, so that is called pool-based system. I will show you what is pool-based system a little later. It helps the way it's working, apply the little changes. Kanban encouraged to as the leadership all the level, and people work together. Why it is a leadership? Because there is no product owner and Scrum Master in the Scrum. So there has to be one leader who can monitor and manage the tickets or the cards or the requirements which is coming in the Kanban board and getting done. So one leader, he has following the principle, he will get verified from the team, and he will get the job done. He will measure the efficiency of the team. Everything will be done by the later. It's the ad hoc request task, sometimes we use it. It's the unplanned work. It's on the production support. So that is the people's most idea is, whereas the Scrum is used for a development project, whereas the Kanban is using when they are in the production and there is a small change request, small production support, small bugs, if any comes right now. So randomly, the people are using the Kanban for mitigate those problems. But it also used in the project management or software development as well. I just want to tell you real quick that those who are transforming from waterfall to agile, the experts are guiding or giving a recommendation that you should follow a Kanban rather than going for a Scrum. Why? Because Scrum is very stringent, like you have to complete your work within 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. So if you are not habituated, if you are not following the process properly, and if you do not have the experience properly, you will have a problem and maintaining the Scrum. On this time, the Kanban is recommended. I will show you in the next slide how the Kanban is working so beautifully and so well managed. Check it a look. So Kanban is basically, first I want to tell you about the role and then come the board. So there are two broad categories. Okay, one is the core role and non-core role. In Scrum also we had seen the core role and non-core role. What are the core role in Scrum? Scrum Master, Product Owner and Scrum Team. Here is the same thing. I'll come here it is the Service Request Manager, Service Delivery Manager and Kanban team. Service Request Manager means the customer who raised the service request. So there's the maintenance phase is going on of a system which is already in the operation, already in the production. There's a minor bugs come. So as a customer is raising to fix the bugs. So for that time you don't need a sprint to be started. So you can just immediately fix it and send it through managing through Kanban board. And the service delivery manager who is managing the fixing. So ideally this service delivery manager who is working as a product owner and the service request manager is working as a product owner and service delivery manager who is working as a Scrum Master, both could be one person. And I told earlier that it is a lead is required. So he is the lead person who is giving the work and also verifying the work. And the Kanban team is same as Scrum team. There is no difference. There's a dev team, tester, architect, DV, everybody is available. I think it's clear now. All right. And the non-core role are same, that there are the stakeholders, vendors, business sponsors, even the cross-functional people also as a non-core members. All right. Let's see the Kanban. So it's a basic Kanban board. So what is the difference between the Scrum board and Kanban board? Because when in the Jira, suppose if you're working, if you create a board, the basic or the default board is same like this, to do or backlog and in progress and done. Here it is the same thing. But what is the difference? Difference is the WIP limit. See, I had made the WIP limit, that is the 4. And how many people, how many cards are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's 4. That means it is not allowed. So 1 has to go out. So this is the called WIP limit. So if I have a 4 WIP limit, if I fix it, it is a configurable. You can fix it 10, 20, 50, 5, 1, 2, based on your capacity. Okay, friends. So this is the simple board. Now I will show you some visualization about the real-time board. How does it look like? So here is a sample board. I am showing it to you. This is called backlog. This is called dev, testing, UAT and done. So backlog, I have not given any number. It is just a bracket and that means backlog is infinity. Then I have given a dev for 4. The WIP limit is 4. Then I am giving you the testing is 3. Then UAT, I gain infinity and done infinity. Now you can ask me why UAT is infinity. Because my friend, you must know that the UAT is done by mainly by the customer or end user, not the core Kanban team. Kanban team is done development and testing. So it is not in your control that whether the UAT will be done as per your rhythm or not. So that's why it is, if you make it a WIP limit, it will be difficult for you to manage it, because a customer may not be always having time to address or test the tickets, whatever, based on your rhythm. So let it be to their control. Don't have to worry about. So now if you see that the day I have given told there is a 4 WIP limit, but how many there? 1 and 2. That means I have 2 more tickets capacity. So I pull it from the backlog because my team member is available. I have only 2 tickets in progress and I have to take. So I'll take 2 tickets. So 2 tickets. Now my bandwidth is full. I can start working on it and I can do that. But now here is a problem. Suppose dev team has completed one work and wants to move this ticket to the testing, but tester is not available. Tester is doing the testing and his bandwidth is 3, so he cannot take any more. So what does it mean? Are you going to stop the work until the testing is done? No, you cannot wait. You cannot waste your time. You have to continue to work. So the solution is you make a sub column in between the dev and testing. So what the sub column means, instead of sending this one of the finished ticket by dev team to the tester, can move to the done column of the dev. So what WIP, this one is very managing this number, not the done number. So you can make it infinity done. You don't have to worry about whether tester is able to finish or not on his time. But at least if the developer is completing his work, he can move it to his developer done column and take another ticket from the backlog. That is called pool-based system. So now I took a 1 ticket here. Now my bandwidth is full. Here 1 ticket is done, is waiting. Whenever the tester will completing the task, they will pull the ticket from the developer's done. So now I see that developer move 1 ticket to testing done. Sorry, tester move on testing done. That means there is a bandwidth. So the 1 ticket directly can go push to the tester, or tester can pull 1 ticket. He can take here and he can, probably the tester thinks that this ticket will be relevant to whatever he is testing. So he can pull it from here if it is done by the developer. So it is very straightforward and very interesting. Now you see that UAT has completed 1 ticket and passed it and it moves to the done. So that means UAT has a bandwidth. So in this case, the tester, whatever he tested, he thinks is passed, he moves to the UAT for testing and move on. So this way it works. So now you see the tester is moved. So this way it works. So as a nutshell, we understood that if there is a bandwidth over, suppose it is a 4, now 3, they can pull 1 ticket. The tester WIP has 2, so the tester can pull 1 ticket here and so on. So now it is very straightforward, you understand? Now it may happen that since it is in production, there may be very critical issues. That is a regular ticket. Maybe there is no time frame required, but you may have some very critical issues suddenly come. What you will do? As an option, you can put aside this work and go for the critical. How? You can make a swim line. This is called swim lane. That means a special lane you can make it where you can make it 2 critical tickets. Suppose it came and you leave concentrate on these 2 tickets and deliver it, and then you can start working with this activity. All right. So that means you can have your choice. You have so flexible. Kanban is so flexible. Probably you will not get that flexibility in case of Scrum, because Scrum you have already promised to deliver certain ticket which you have taken it or committed during the sprint planning meeting and do unless client comes back. But here also you can have any option because there is no any commitment as such. Okay, I hope I can make it clear. Now like this swim line, you can make as many swim line as you want for different activity. Suppose you can use as a Scrum project of 2 weeks, so certain swim line you can make for 2 weeks delivery. So you can configure the time that within 2 weeks it has to be delivered. Maybe some enhancement kind of thing you are doing it. So the Scrum activity you can done within the Kanban board. So now friend, you can understand how flexible this framework is. Okay, you can make a this is called expedite lane. You can make a sprint lane, you can make any other lane based on your choice, and it is so flexible and it is giving so value add, so you can immediately. And in between there are a lot of activities you have done, my friend, same like a scrum. How? Suppose you are doing some, you are putting the ticket here, that means it is also groomed, it is estimated, not maybe the story point but mainly the t-shirt size. And you sometimes discussed with the managers or the lead, he verifies that who has the bandwidth, any issue getting resolved like a scrum, because there is no as such scrum master role. However, the lead is working as a scrum master and facilitating, and sometimes he is seeing the demo and before the delivery, so every activity is being done. So these ceremonies like scrum is not explicitly specified, however it is being done, and it is very beneficial, and there are a couple of metrics been using to measure its efficiency. I will discuss those little later. So my friend, so what is the advantages of calm? Is manage the flow. You understand this now very well. Now the visualize the work through the board. You can see that what is the status of the work very easily. You can understand, right? Because when there's no burn down chart, you just see the look at the board and you will see what is the status. Okay, and then the limit the work in progress. That is a very important thing. This is replacing the activity of sprint planning. So people are pulling the work based on their capacity. You can do it on your own, or your leader can also assign to you. That is a very interesting activity. Now the first problem resolution, you will see the red one, the critical or expedite lane, you have made it. So whatever the critical item, you can leave aside your existing work and do the fastest work. Next is the planning flexibility. You already seen the same as what I told, the planning flexibility, then efficient supporting process, then you have early delivery of the high value, that is same as Scrum. Then you are doing the reduce the roadblocks, same as Scrum, because your leader is working as a Scrum Master to remove the impediments from your project. And last but not least, there is some important metrics, and I am going to tell you the very important metrics which is really very beneficial for the Scrum Kanban activity. So stay tuned, I'm just going to tell you in a couple of minutes. Now I will tell you the functional difference. So at the beginning I show you the conceptual difference between the Scrum and Kanban. Now I'm going to tell you the functional difference between the Scrum and Kanban. So what is this? What is the core role that you already seen? That if it is a Scrum Master, Product Owner and Scrum team, then here is a Service Delivery Manager, Service Requirement Manager and Kanban team. Similarly, the scope of work is same as per the Scrum policy. That means the 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and whatever the sprint planning you are taking the story, you are delivering, and here the WIP limit, right? All right. Then the delivery method. Delivery method is a regular time box and it is a continuous flow. That is the main difference of the Kanban. Then the change mechanism is a sprint backlog, and it is sprint backlog and it is anytime. That means your WIP board, the testing board and the developer board. Then the release frequency, it is as per the sprint and it is a continuous flow. Next is key metrics. Key metrics is velocity and cycle time. My friend, don't get confused about the word velocity. I am using it because you can ask that I am using many other metrics. Why tell about velocity? I just took one metrics. There could be many metrics just to differentiate between the Scrum and Kanban. So velocity and cycle time. What is cycle time? I'm going to tell you right now. Now the acceptability or applicability, that is there is a mainly application development, and here is a bug fixes, operation and development as well. Okay, all right. So now I'll come the Kanban matrix. Friend, I just want to tell you real quick, what do you mean by matrix? Matrix means measuring something against some goal. And also, why can asking, what is the difference between measurement and metrics? It's a very important question, right? Very interesting. What do you mean by difference by measurement? Measurement means what? The length. Suppose one ruler is at 12 inches long. Okay. Or in a class there are 40 students. So that is what? Metrics or measurement? It is measurement. What is metrics? Out of 40 students in the class, one lady, maybe the Sutapa, she is the first. Why? Because I'm evaluating her based on her the test or profile or whatever, and found that she is the best among all 40 team members. That is metrics. That means I have a goal that some exam you have to score the most, or there is some highest mark you have to go closer to the highest mark. Then only you will consider as a first. Correct. So now we understood the difference between measurement and metrics. So if you see the same board what I just shown you a couple of minutes ago, how I see the measurement. The first measurement is the start to end, coming to the backlog to the done. So that is called customer lead time. That means the moment the request came was made by the client and placed in the board in the backlog area, and when you are completing the work and deliver and send this to done after UAT. So that is called customer lead time. So the customer will be happy to know that okay, I am getting maybe there is a goal of maximum, say for example, 6 hours or 8 hours. So this length we are measuring from here to here. If it is within 8 hours, if we can do that, that means we are all set. We are doing as per the customer's defined process or customer defined ETA or expected turnaround time. All right, next is this is called developer cycle time. That is developer cycle time. That means when you pulling from the backlog to your work and continuously working without any break and sending to the UAT. So that means where the WIP limit columns are there, if you are doing that activity, that means that is called the cycle time. Only the WIP limit columns only. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next is the response time. That means when the customer raised a problem and when it made as a ticket and put in the board. It's not so easy, my friend, that as soon as the customer told you, you prepare a ticket and put it. You have to do some analysis, you have to do some brainstorming, you have to do some grooming, you have to do some estimates. So a lot of activities are here, same as the sprint zero activity. So it takes some time. So there is maybe some ETA defined how soon a ticket can be produced based on the customer raise a request. So that is response time. And the another one I would like to tell you, that is throughput. That means in a given date, maybe within a week, within a day, within a month, or bi-weekly, how many tickets we are delivering. There could be a ETA by the customer that minimum that much ticket you have to give per week, something like that. So that will help you to measure here. Okay, so I'm not telling you how to gather the data in this. It is very easy. You can get the number from here and you put it in the Excel sheet and get the data. Very simple. Now there is a very another important matrix. Okay, that is called cumulative flow diagram. It is a length. It is a over a period of time there is a graph. So it is a week by week I am taking a data. The y-axis is a time and y-axis is a the item delivered and x-axis is a time. So how does it look? Here is the data I am putting it, and here's a legend that I am delivering the day something, and the data will coming always in the inclined manner because I am keep on delivering. I'm not reducing anything. So more I will go ahead, more my number of deliveries total will be counted from the beginning. So this graph will always be in the inclined mode like this. But if you see the colors, that will define where we are. There are a lot of things like this is a backlog, this is Dave, this is this is the test, and this is the UAT. So what you can find out of this? So it is like a mountain or something colorful, something. What is get? My friend, you can get a lot of information out of it. Let's see. This is called the response time. See, this blue color is the response time. This is the lead time, and this is the cycle time. So everything coming. Okay, you can get the data from here, and also there are a couple of things which is very important, but I am not explicitly telling you, but as a experienced person you can find out the issues. Here are the issues. If the things are smooth, if the flow are smooth, then it is expected that the line should be parallel. Here the line is parallel but not evenly distributed among others. See, here it is huge gap, here is a very less gap, here is a very less gap, here is a more gap. So that tells something which is say some significant value. What? Suppose if there is a more gap here, that means developer has completed their work, but the response time here, I mean, there are very less tickets over there in the backlog, so that people are waiting for work. That means starving. And here if you see that there are a lot of activities, a lot of tickets are here, but people are bottleneck here. This is called bottleneck, where the developer line is very thin, same as the testing as well at the beginning, but testing has a ample time. So these are the few things can be verified, very important thing can be verified from the cumulative flow diagram. So that's all I want to tell you about the metrics. Let's have the summary. So as I told you, my friend, like the Scrum, there are also many events like in Kanban as well. So what are those? Some we don't tell as a ceremony because it was not defined as a ceremony, but it is similar to the sprint planning meeting. So instead of sprint planning, they do a replenishment meeting. So it is a optional. If you do, if you do not do, it's okay. But there are in the Kanban book, it is written what are the things to be done. Then the daily Kanban meeting, that is very important, and everyone is doing it very logically. There are 3 questions asked in the Kanban meeting, like daily Scrum meeting, that what you have done yesterday, what you have been doing today, and any impediment. And any technical discussion also you can do it here, because it is a time where every team member is meeting together and they discuss something. Then the service delivery review. So that is very similar to the sprint review meeting, where you can see the demo. Some cases they give the demo. So that is your service delivery manager can verify whatever the problem raised by the customer. Are you going to manage or not? Are you going to fix or not? So that can be given a demo. Then the operation review meeting happens sometimes once in a quarter or something like that, once in 2 weeks. We have a retrospect also. What went wrong? What is going to start a new thing? What should be stopped? Something also getting discussed here. Though it is not explicitly defined, but they are doing. And there is some informal backlog grooming, because there is some estimate. I told you earlier, we do some estimate. Now the core team I already discussed, that service request manager, which is same as product owner. Then the service delivery manager, which is same as the Scrum Master and the Kanban team. Then the key areas is the estimation we do, as I told you. Then the card development and the Kanban board. And the artifacts also, there's the product backlog, Kanban board whip, throughput chart, cumulative flow diagram. So I already explained those. So these are all the artifacts being developed. Reporting, yes, throughput report by given period, because that is very important, because the payment is made based on the delivery. So throughput report is nothing but a delivery over a period of time. I already explained that. So based on this is the important report, that is based on that the client is going to pay you based on your work you have done it. Monthly release planning summary, how many tickets you came, how many you delivered, how many wipe, is there anything that got withheld or stopped, or maybe it is suspended. There are many things may happen in real time scenario. And the Kanban metrics. And what are the Kanban metrics we discussed? Throughput, response time, lead time, cumulative time, and cycle time. Clear? So, okay friends, so this is the thing I wanted to discuss about the Agile. Now you Agile Kanban, and I hope you understood about the importance of the Kanban, because Kanban is very powerful tool. It also helps to work same as a Scrum. And just want to tell you for your information that Kanban is a very young framework. Scrum has 20 years plus old. So it is quite matured, and Kanban is just a 5 years old. It came in the market. So still there is some improvisation is going on. However, still now we found that it is very important. So that's all I wanted to tell you today. Hope you like, if you think that this is a benefit for you, please like my video, and don't forget to subscribe my video, and as well as please ring the bell so that you can get notified whenever I am going to publish a new video for you, because it is all for you benefit with a free of cost. And also I am a trainer, I am an enterprise agile coach, so I can always help you out if you need me. My details information is given. Anytime if you have any question, anything you want, you can call me in the cell phone number, you can write me an email, and you can give me a comment. So I will do accordingly I will act. That means either I can prepare another video for you, or I can reply to you, or if you want me to give a Consultancy to you, I'm always there. All right, sir. Today, I'm done for my presentation. Hope you like it. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice day.